Hey,
Hey, West Coast Wednesdays.
let's go. It's West Coast Wednesday. It's Girl Chat Sports with Mo and Mel. What's up, everybody? It's a Wednesday. West Coast Wednesday, Girl Chat Sports with Mo and Mel. Thanks for everybody tuning in on Facebook as we go live. And I'm
Yes,
glad that everybody's tapping in. As soon as you tap in, please share. Sharing is caring. We appreciate that so much.
sharing is
Tell
caring. We
your
all learned that at
friends.
a young age. Bring a friend, tell a friend, and
Exactly.
tell a friend. Make
Tell a
make it
friend,
happen.
dial a friend, just make it happen.
Because
Yes.
guess what? It is just Mo and I tonight. It's been a minute.
I know we have not been just the two of us, which is fine. I mean, I
Which
love
is good.
it,
I
but
love having our guests,
love
but
having our guests. Yeah.
it's hard. It's interesting when it's just us again. We're like, oh wait, hey, we had a show. Let's do it. Let's do it. So there's
Let's
a
go
lot
with it.
going on in sports currently right now as well because we both I'm wearing a hat because I didn't do my hair because I was watching the end of the Milwaukee Bucks game in the Heat.
And
That was
finally, you get to
intense.
watch the Heat team that I've been telling you has been an elite team this whole
I
time through
know.
the
And
bubble.
you know, I guess it's still like a thing with me, Jimmy Butler, Bulls.
No, I get it.
But it was a great game. Those
That it
my
was.
thing is
I mean, I'm not
playing
shocked.
playing basketball at a young age, you learn you don't foul somebody shooting with the last second, with seconds left in the game. You just don't do it. Unless you got a foul to give. Well, not even shooting, I guess that
Yeah,
is. So
Giannis went mad aggressive on that one, but that's how Giannis plays. Giannis is he's one of the biggest defensive players of the year. He was the wrong person to try to guard Jimmy on that last play because he comes with such great, like strong defense. He's in your face. He's that. So it was definitely epic fail on his part to even to do that because you're not in game play. You had less than 4 seconds left, and this is what you do. And the game is tied. I'm predicting an overtime, and I've been wrong both times with these overtimes. These games are shutting out. I love it. I love that they're shutting it down, and they don't have to go after regulation and try
it's
to do
pretty
a comeback.
intense. I
No, it's
mean,
good. It's so
well,
good.
please explain to people around here what your philosophy is so far with Milwaukee being down and the Raptors being
Okay,
down.
so I
So I
have a
found that
theory. I
quite
have a theory.
entertaining. Yes.
Okay, I have a theory. So here's the deal. Jimmy Butler said, because now that we're in playoffs, they gave the option of having families come. So you were seeing all these great videos of like Freddie Van
The
Fleet's
hugs,
daughter
the
running up to
kids.
him and the
Yeah.
hugs, the kisses. We're seeing Giannis's little baby boy and his wife sitting courtside. They lost that game, by the way. That to me is where my theory comes in. I feel like families coming to the bubble has shifted their mentality a little bit. Like it's a distraction, if you will. Because the thing of it is if you're playing in these games and it's playoff times, you're at war. Military men are not going to war and bringing their families with them. And I know
No.
it's a false comparison of the military and war, that kind of, but if you're in a battle for a championship, and you've been in this bubble this whole time without family, if you've been locked in and it hasn't been too much of other outside noise aside from BLM and everything that's going on with that, now you have your family on top of it. Yeah, I find it a distraction. So here's my theory. So you've got Giannis's family, Freddie Van Fleet's family, and other team members probably families. I haven't seen it yet, but I seem to notice that those two teams in particular who wanted family members to come are losing. They're both down 2 in their series. Well, I'll take that back with Miami and they're down 2 in both of their series. Boston is
Mm-hmm.
taking it to Toronto. Miami is taking it to Milwaukee. So I think that with the families there, it is kind of not working. And Jimmy Butler was going to best. He says, I don't need my family here. We've been here for months. I'm locked in. I'm trying to win something, and I don't need the family. And as soon as he said that, it dawned on me that, like, yeah, he may be onto something. Case in
Well,
point,
and
game
it's
2 tonight.
also because, and like you mentioned, I'm sure there's plenty of their family members there. However, the ones
Oh,
that
yeah.
the two that they've highlighted most, Van Fleet and Giannis's family, all of a sudden those two teams are not doing well.
Because they're worried about their
So
babies. The babies are here now. You flew your family to Florida, might I add, which is kind of COVID capital of the world next to us or whoever else. But you
yeah.
flew them to Florida to put them in this, like, for what? Baseball
And what are
players
you
go on the
getting
road all
out
the
of
time
it?
and they're not taking their families. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, just stay locked in. he probably could be able to close this thing. And that is also my other theory with the Bucks.
Okay.
They are missing some key pieces where they could never close out in a postseason. Anytime they get to the playoffs, it's what's going on?
Man, what's up, Natasha?
They're missing
How you
something.
doing?
Hey, Natasha.
Yes.
Natasha Gransberry, Beyond the Game in the house. Yeah.
Of
So
course. The Grand Biz, yeah, all that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Up.
Something is definitely up. If I were those guys, I would say for game 3, just like have no contact or don't let them get on camera. No more videos. All up in the video.
I'm telling you, the kid element has jinxed them. What's up, Guru? Guru's tapped in. Guru's podcast. Check that out.
Guru is happy right now. They just, his Bucks. They seem to keep on making some offensive moves here. So that was a breaking story that just went down. Your boy, Leonard Fournette, we'll get to fantasy football later, but Leonard Fournette, who had been released by the Jaguars and basically went a whole day and a half on the waivers and on free agency, got picked up today, like literally at about a half hour ago with the Bucks. So he signed a 1-year deal. I think it's like 3.5 max. Here's the deal. They have some running backs there, but they don't really have like a running back. So if he can make that be his position as far as the number one option, or if it's going to be like a 3-headed monster down there in Tampa, but you keep giving Tom Moore options. And I'm excited to see what Tampa looks like come start the season.
I know we're not talking about fantasy right now, but I picked Tampa Bay as my defense on one of my teams along with the Saints. And it's going to be interesting because the first game of the season is Saints and Tampa Bay Bucks. So I've got to figure out they're like a 1:00 game or something like that. I got to figure out what that's going to mean to me when it comes to the fantasy. Because right now, Tampa Bay's defense is not giving up many points according to fantasy. I think they're only like 4. But we don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? And if it's a home game for them, we got to see if their defense steps up or not. I'm just curious. I'm playing this year totally off of curiosity of everything that's happened in the shakeup of the NFL.
Right.
And, it was tight when Fournette got cut and waived. I was just like, wait a minute, I just picked him on Sunday.
Well, and I feel like it's a better option for him being at Tampa.
Oh, absolutely.
He may not see the touches that he would have saw with Jacksonville, but for him, Jacksonville wasn't going nowhere. Here's the deal. Minshew, we've had our Minshew mania, right? So we all can appreciate last year him stepping in, making some big moves. But at the same time, the Jaguars have just been giving weird to people left and right. I don't know if they're going for if they're trying to get some like draft picks or what's good, but
what's going on down there, Duval? What's going on? Duval, what's up?
Duval.
Yeah, what's going on?
Whenever I hear that, it's because I'm from Seattle and there's a small little town in Washington, like about an hour and a half from my uncle and my aunt live, called Duval, Washington. So whenever I hear that, it just makes me think of some small little town. But,
Duval. I have to say
it's too much. It's too much. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's up to Jose? He chimed in. Mr. Logan's in the house.
I hope is he going to the Lights game? I'm curious about that because the Lights do play tonight.
Right. Well, he's got a show at 9 too. So make sure you also tune in to Grill Across tonight at 9:00. Jose Volante and Straight Up Sports. They've got Adam Plant Jr. is on the show with them tonight. So we'll be looking out for that. Mr. Logan wants to represent his Cowboys, but
I ignored that, so I don't even know why you brought that up.
Sir, not today.
Why did you even bring that up? I don't even know why you brought that up.
I appreciate him tuning in. How about that? We'll give him that. Hey, look who joined in the chat. Quan.
Yes, hi Quan. Quan, the 5'9".
Hey, guess what? We're trying to make do with what we can from home. So,
and we're staying safe at home.
Maybe if we could exchange mangoes for some graphics, maybe you might get them faster.
That's a pretty sweet exchange. That's a pretty sweet exchange.
I'm just giving some ideas, right?
That's a pretty sweet exchange.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So since we started off with football, I might as well just keep on trucking there a little bit. We got the Bucks. There seemed to be some rumors that Alvin Kamara was going to be up for a trade through the Saints.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I don't know. I guess they weren't giving him an extension on his deal. There was nothing being talked about. All of a sudden you hear, oh, well, we're open to trades. And then today they locked that ish down. And
oh, yeah, Kamara's staying. They're not getting rid of Alvin Kamara. Listen, come on.
You can't do that. Not if you want to try and win out your division.
Win a championship. Yeah, exactly. You can't. Yeah, no, they won't do that. Nah, that was crazy talk. Yeah.
All right, Quan, we'll work on those mangoes for you. He chimed back in. So we'll do a little trade, you know? So yeah, Kamara's staying. So that's it. Joe Mixon signed with the Bengals for $48 million. Here's the deal. I like Joe Mixon, but he is not a fantasy option for me. I always try to reach out for him and maybe grab him. It just
can't get him.
Bengals. And I know Joe Burrow, but it's the Bengals.
But you can only need one. You just need one good position player from the Bengals to make your fantasy work. That's it.
I don't think I'm picking anybody from the Bengals on my fantasy, to be honest.
I didn't. I personally didn't. I mean, I pushed it on my NFL fantasy on the NFL app with getting a brownie on the team, but I went with it. You know what I mean?
There's another team in Ohio that I'll be targeting more fantasy wise than I would be from the Bengals, but that's just my own opinion, you know. Shout out to Dre.
Yeah, Dre, what's up? He gave the big eyes. I think he was shocked by the statement we just made about it. Thank you, Dre.
I don't know if you heard like today the Kirk Cousins COVID drama. So Kirk Cousins got on a podcast today and talked about how if he were to catch COVID, you know, he's still going to live his life, which we all should. Should we catch it, just be safe, you know. But he's basically just like, you know, if I die, I die. Like, you know, I've come to terms with that. What are you doing?
I saw that and I scrolled right past it because I ain't got time. I mean, I really don't have time. His body type is different from everybody else's body type. And how dare you make a mockery of those that have suffered from it, those that possibly have passed away, which they say most of the cases have been like underlying issues going with it. But there are some cases where it's strictly COVID and it's a very small percentage. But still, at the end of the day, those that survive it still have lingering effects to it. So you can't make a blanket statement like that because of your attitude towards it, right? Especially you being a public figure person, because you're making light of the sensitivity of those that are really taking it seriously and that are, you know, have been exposed to it or any of that. Even if they survive, it's still a disrespectful statement.
Another breaking news story which happened about an hour ago, Dwayne Johnson announces that him and his wife and their 2 young children, 4 and 2, both are testing positive for COVID. So here's the deal. You think Dwayne Johnson's not in bad shape? I mean,
we get marathon runners that drop dead from heart attacks all the time. We get athletes that have all kinds of, you just don't know what your ailments are. And just like I said, you can't make blanket statements out there that generalize one thing.
And you don't know who you're giving it to at the same time. So then he had to follow up all of that because that was on a podcast earlier. He had to follow it up, you know, of course, making his PR team happy in re-announcing that, of course, he knows it's serious. He'll continue to wear a mask, wash his hands, social distance, but you've already said too much. Like, we already know where you're at. Like, it don't faze you. And I get the fact that you personally aren't worried with COVID, maybe for you, but why not your children, your family? Why aren't you worried for your grandmother, your mother, whomever? You know, I don't know.
I ain't thinking about Kirk Cousins. He drives a Winnebago to his training facility, an old broke down Winnebago I read years ago that belongs to his grandfather, something that's sentimental or whatever. He drives a broke down one. What the heck does he know? Like, I'm at that point.
He's in Minnesota. I think that says enough.
Yeah.
I mean, let's
not to make light of Minnesota because everything has been going on, but you're right. Like, I just laughed out loud because you're right. Yeah.
I mean, he's in Minnesota. He's in Minnesota.
Hi, Heather. Are you watching Hard Knocks? I hope you're watching Hard Knocks to see what your team's doing.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the Hard Knocks.
I didn't get a chance to still watch it.
You didn't?
On a home project.
Well, I don't want to go into it too much. Then I want you to see it. But for everybody that
you can go into it because I'll watch it. It's no cliffhangers or anything like that. But yeah, talk about it.
And Heather, I love Anthony Lynn, so I'm loving the coaching for the Chargers. I love his stances. Yeah, and I'm loving. You know, when this episode 4 was recorded, which was the week of the Jacob Blake shooting. So it really goes into kind of how it's affecting the coaches, what they're thinking about canceling practices, that you're kind of going through the players' minds. Anthony, it kind of focused a little bit more on the Chargers and what they were doing. Because I think they had a practice scrimmage at the SoFi Stadium. And that's, they decided to do their protest and they decided not to practice because everybody's head wasn't in it. So you can't practice and scrimmage well as a football team if your mind's not in it. So they canceled practice and they gave it up to every player there to be able to talk to the NFL Network because they were live. Because the NFL Network was there live to watch their game. So they were able to give their stances, give discussion, have discussion, and talk. And I was really impressed with Tyrod Taylor and how he really has seemed to emerge, at least from my point of view, watching just the Hard Knocks, as a team leader there for the Chargers. So that was impressive. I was also really impressed with Cooper Kupp for the Rams. You know, as a Caucasian person, of course, you're in a league, you know, of a lot of Black athletes. It seemed like he was teaching some of these guys on the sideline about, you know, social injustice and what they can do to use their voice and to use and so it was just refreshing to hear that from some of the white guys out there, I guess, to put it plain and simple enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think that is honestly refreshing. A lot of us have work to do as far as not only researching about ourselves and everything else with this country and its history, but just to kind of, it's good that he was able to educate those that don't know where to necessarily turn to look into or want to even face how deep this stuff goes.
Right.
But it's good that he encouraged them, you know, and then to encourage players to vote and all of that good stuff. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good
place.
So the first half of the show, it kind of starts off with what happened in the incident, and then it kind of goes through practices and stuff. And then the last probably 20 to 25 minutes of the show is basically just on that, which I thought was really good. It kept me up. I was tuning in just to kind of fall asleep to it and watch the rest today, but I was wide awake and going with the flow there. So shout out to there, and you know, my girl Joy joined in on the live.
What's up, Joy?
BS is with us too. BS said, don't ruin Hard Knocks. So I'm not going to read it too hard. And Heather, I got you. If you need a password or something, let me know because I love HBO beyond just the Hard Knocks. So
what's up, BS? Joy is about to enter in her Virgo season.
It is Virgo season.
Big ups to that.
It's a big day for my girl.
Big ups to Virgo season. But Virgo season is nothing compared to Libra season. Just so we're clear, because that's the ultimate season of all seasons is when it's Libra season in October. That's when it goes down. Not to steal your thunder, Joy. I love you. You're great. But
and we're gonna let you have your platform when it gets there.
I'm gonna let her have it because you know she's turning a great age. I'm not gonna disclose her age. She's turning a great age. She looks fabulous. She's doing her thing out there. And yeah, big ups to that. But
yeah,
again, October.
Yes.
I'm giving everybody fair warning. The Libra posts are coming.
We'll be posting them cash apps again.
Yes. And you guys can mute my post whatever, but the Libra season is coming. It comes fast.
We got you.
I appreciate it.
So one thing I wanted to ask about football season, because we know that a handful of stadiums will have no fans. Some we're going to have a little bit here and there. And Heather, don't worry, I got you. It's all good. But my thing was Roger Goodell, they're working on the crowd noise. But shouldn't that be reflective of what your crowd really sounds like when it's live anyway? Because I'm a 12th woman. So, you know, we come loud. CenturyLink is a loud place that people don't want to play at. But there's other stadiums that I don't feel are as loud. So I don't think they should get that benefit of having, is at one volume that every stadium gets to play.
I don't know. I'm curious about how Allegiant Stadium's going. I'm curious to see how Allegiant Stadium's going to sound with no spectators. I'm wondering what that's going to be like. I mean, you guys have the loudest stadium, you know, in the league. Like it's the sonic boom for a reason.
Us in Kansas City. I'm not going to default.
Kansas City, Arrowhead's pretty loud too. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I have no idea what that's going to be like. Are they going to go off of Madden 21 or 20? Like they do for the NBA with the NBA 2K? I mean, I'm curious.
Like when you're playing the video games, does the crowd noise change or is it the same kind of wherever you're at?
Same kind of crowd. It's like you're watching the game.
Okay.
I haven't played the Seahawks yet. I've been in a Raiders training camp right now. I haven't played with the Seahawks, so I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out tonight. I'll tap in and have the Raiders play the Seahawks and see.
Or if anybody out there knows, please chime in and let us know.
Yeah, let us know. I mean,
because I really
don't. Fellow gamers out there.
I'm just curious because I just feel like if it's gonna be one volume, it makes it easier. It might be beneficial for some teams and then not so much for others, you know?
Joy, you're my sister then. Your dad's Libra and your grandfather were Libras. It's perfect.
Rest in
and you
peace.
already know how we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Shout out to Carice in the building. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Carice.
But here's the deal.
The
background noise that's in the basketball games and hockey games, like that still makes you kind of feel like there's people there. It's not just dead silence, except for I think during like free throws or something like that when they do some things. But it is definitely a different feel. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah. They're gonna have to have some kind of crowd noise. They're gonna have to. But you know, the gridiron is totally different. These guys scrimmage each other and play practices all the time and bring it when they have these practices with no kind of channeling of crowds and stuff. I mean, the energy definitely does play a factor in it, but I think these guys just want to get out there and play, and they don't really care too much on the noise. But they got to do something. I mean, for us at least to watch, as selfish as we are, at least for the spectators at home that's sitting on the couch watching, we need to hear some kind of ambient noise or some kind of noise, you know. I don't know.
And our mascot's still allowed, our cheerleaders still allowed. Like, are we gonna be able to see those people at the game?
Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if the cheerleaders are.
Because we're not in a bubble, so the fans can't be there, but can cheerleaders still be there? You know, is there gonna be the mascots? I don't know. I feel like that would be helpful, but again, all questions we need answers to. So make sure if you end up finding these answers, go ahead and tag us. Go to Girl Chat Sports on Facebook, on Instagram, on anywhere.
Go to our group page. Go everywhere. Yeah, Twitter, tweet us. Let us know. DM us. Let us know. I gotta look into it. Maybe I need to follow one of the cheerleading squads and see what they're up to.
That would be a good option, I guess.
Yeah, and then see if there's something that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I never even thought about that. That's such a great point.
Who knows? The entire fantasy to watch. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Let's talk about the safety protocols in COVID, because today, I think it was, they announced there was 4 positive players and 6 positive coaching staff from August 21st to August 29th. Okay. That goes back. And then the week before, it was 0 players and 6 staff. My question is, though, these teams are basically in a bubble right now because of training camp. So can we imagine once you're having to start getting on flights, in airports, in wherever?
I can't.
And then you're in a whole different.
I mean, if they're getting on a team plane, it's one thing. But if they're going to different cities and stuff, I don't know. We just don't know.
I mean, you're testing positive and you're in your own bubble. So what does that have to say?
Well, that's why I find it very interesting how everybody's still in a bubble in the NBA. No one's tested positive, but you still have to wear a mask and everything. It's the same thing.
Well, here's the they're in a bubble, but in like football, I know that like the rookies, the draftees, you know,
their accommodations are totally different.
They're all staying in hotels where I think the veterans and other people, like, you know, get to go home and then come back. So what are we? Maybe it's some of these veterans that we know that are out there going home, going to the grocery store, going wherever, that are coming back and testing positive.
Well, it'll be like baseball. You'll have some teams, and then if like the whole team gets it, what does that say for your line? Like, do you cancel a game? Do you postpone a game? What do you do? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see, though.
BS, it really Raiders are going to be loud. They're not going to be loud.
I think so.
There are no fans there.
Well, hey, they say that stadium is so next level, and
it looks beautiful.
And I'm sure the acoustics are just fine in there, that they can be loud because they're Raider fans. They'll probably have some kind of Raider music going, and they may have some other stuff going.
Giving up some of the tea.
She said some of these players live in her building, and it's risky over here. Yikes. Yeah, it's risky everywhere. I mean,
are they sneaking any people in that have Raiders gear on? Because you know that's what happened with the Seahawks player. He got in trouble, got kicked off the team for sneaking that girl on in the Seahawks gear.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, shoot, they travel with much more. We don't know what kind of STD type situations they got going on too. I mean, risk is a lot.
You risk a lot, period. So
period. Like you just don't know.
My whole thing is, it's not even just so much in your city. Well, here's it. Vegas. Hey, tourists, you can go ahead and stop coming right now. Like, there's nothing to do. I mean, You can walk the strip at 112 degrees, which it will be on Sunday. You can go to the mall, which is only open till I think 7:00 is the mall open now?
Seven, all the malls. And wait
Um,
in line for Gucci, because there's a line to get in the Gucci store. There's a line to get in the Bath and Body Works store. There's a line to get in the Victoria's Secret. There's a line to get in the Foot Locker. There's a line to get into Zara. There's a line to get in all these places. Like, who wants to wait in line wearing a mask to get in a store? I can't even do it.
I can't.
I mean, I appreciate it, but I can't. It's crazy.
I mean, that's the new normal right now. And unfortunately, it makes me not want to shop. That's why I'm online. Online.
Yeah, online is so easy. I used to not be an online person because I lived in the mall with work, but
they make it so easy to return now. So it's like, why not? I might as well try.
It's too easy. It's just so easy.
And it's Labor Day weekend, so of course people are like, hey, I'm coming in. I don't care. I'm gonna be in my house.
Yeah, that's right.
Or outdoors. I may try and go to the water, get some lake action or something. Get on a paddleboard. I don't know. Anybody want to go stand up paddleboarding this weekend? Let me know, because that's what I think.
And Heather said she submitted a name for the tour of the stadium. Yeah, good luck with that raffle, Heather, because guess what? That's a hard one to get. I've admitted my name every week. I try to draw my name. No luck. But yeah, hey, if you get lucky and can take a +1, please take me.
Do you have to?
I'll allow you to wear a Chargers jersey with me too if you take me. Like, I don't even care. I just want to see the inside of it.
I mean, I don't know. BS said that the fans will be out in the parking lot. Guess what? There's no parking lot.
There's no parking lot though, bro. You got to stand across the street in the neighborhood, or at that gas station right there on the corner, or maybe at the hotel across the street, or if they close the freeway overpass. Maybe they'll do that for us. I don't know. These fans will probably try to find a way, though. I'm not thinking. The fans will definitely be like groupies at a concert, trying to find a way to make their way up in there. I'm just not trying to be around a crowd of people trying to do that. I think everybody is best. We just stay at home, look at our little commemorative season ticket box, open it up from time to time, let the music will play, rub through your tickets, call it a day, and sit on the couch and watch the game. That's all you can do. Wear your little Raider stuff and call it a day.
I mean,
that's gonna be my game opener if my brother allows me. I'll be like, can we just open the box before every game and just let the music come on and then look and then close?
Like your intro for your home games,
yeah. Like we're getting ready. Mm-hmm.
You can just go live, like you're at a stadium, and just do a live shot of the little miniature.
And then what's it gonna look like for next season if this is still going? And they be like, okay, we decided to let spectators in, but now everybody has to wear a mask. I mean, I guess I'm down for that, but I don't know.
No. And hey, Darnell, liking the hat. Well, they are still available in black and white. So please hit us up, girlchatsports@gmail.com, or hit us slide in the DMs if you'd like.
Yeah, tap in and get a hat. We also have the visors too. The visors are pretty dope for the ladies.
Shout out to Carmen, all in the house. Yeah,
hey, Carmen Holiday.
Here's the deal. I think that's actually a good thing right now. I think probably one of the reasons why Mark Davis isn't going to have no fans there is because they still have yet to figure out what's going to happen with fans. They have no idea how they're going to be shuttling in, busing, moving all these fans around from satellite tailgating sites. Okay?
And where are those satellite tailgating sites? I have yet to find them.
They weren't announced yet, but I think it was going to be like
exactly. They have it. That's what I'm saying. Where are they?
Maybe Mandalay, maybe Green Valley Ranch. Who knows? But the point is that works great getting there, but when everybody's leaving at the same time, that's a whole cluster mess that I wouldn't want to be a part of. So. Yeah. And I can tell you this much: when Levi Stadium first opened and I was there for a Seahawks game, we tried taking Ubers out of there, and they hadn't really set up the whole Uber Lyft area yet, and we had to walk like literally a mile to get to the line, and then wait in line for another hour just to try and get our Uber, which was
that sounds like EDC.
Yeah, but EDC has like 300,000 people there. Ain't gonna be that many people coming to the Owl. I mean, you got 67,000, I think, that it can hold.
No, I'm saying for your predicament of having to wait like that, it sounds like an EDC thing because they have to wait for hours to get a Uber just to leave the Speedway. You know what I mean? Right. Shout out to KT and the
Sports Life Talk family.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. All that money. Yeah, you're right. And Terrell Williams is out. He's on IR. So guess what this means? That we'll probably be starting Henry Ruggs, our draft our draftee that we just got, and that's going to be interesting to see him play. But to everybody with us moving to a new stadium, I don't know what our season's going to hold. It's a new stadium. I don't know how these guys are going to be. I get no inside on the training camps and stuff. From what I see on the press conferences and watch, it sounds like everything's running really good. But we've got a great schedule this season with some top-notch contenders.
Well, and your wide receiver,
like,
he's out for the season. They just got injured. Tyrell Williams.
That's what I was talking about, Ty Williams. Oh, yeah. So that's why I was saying Terrell Williams. That's why we getting we got Henry Ruggs. We got another rookie we drafted too. That's also a wide receiver. I can't remember his name, but they might start either one. He might start either one of them. Okay, and there's a reason you got Mariota there because we don't know what Carr's gonna do. Still, I ain't even drafted this year in my fantasy. I was nice last year. I didn't even draft him. I drafted him last year on my fantasy. I didn't draft him this year. No. I didn't draft no Raiders. I tried to get Josh Jacobs, and somebody got him before I could get him. So I was kind of tight, and that's what stuck me with Fournette. Well, Fournette might do some stuff. He might do work, though. He might do work. If he does, I'm Gucci. I'm real good. Yeah,
he's in a decent spot right now.
If you look at the draft of some of these players, they're already questionable for the start of the season. So I ain't picking none of them. No ways.
Yeah,
I usually go with Devontae Adams. I didn't even grab him this year. I didn't grab him on any of my fantasy teams this year because he was so inconsistent last season. Which he may bring it this year. I don't know, but I just couldn't take no chances. And
running back
game and all.
We can go into fantasy a little bit. We have our women's league draft this month. Shout out to Heather, who's the newbie on the team, and shout out to
that's right. Welcome, Heather.
Last season, Leah. She currently has our pink championship belt, like the black one that I have here at my house for winning my guys league. But there's so many injuries, and here's the deal: there's no preseason games. So we're not going to be able to know who's getting injured right off top until after our drafts have started. It's going to be intense. I think as long as you make sure you get some good bench players because I feel like a lot of these starters are going to be going down those first couple weeks. Unfortunately,
and then we don't know if they're out for COVID. You don't know none. This thing is going to be wild. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be wild. It really is.
It's going to be intense.
Yeah, it is going to be intense.
And the thing is with running backs, it's every year it's there's always a position that gets targeted heavily more so than the others. And I feel like running backs, they're the tiers. If you can get if you can get one in that top tier, you're good. And then after that, it's kind of there'll be plenty more coming the late rounds that you can still pick up. You still have great shots. A lot of these teams are going for the shared running back spot or even the three-headed monster like we talked about. Or you're splitting those more.
Right. Yeah, you got to load your bench at least with a couple wide receivers, another backup kicker, and a couple running backs. You need that. You need that for sure.
KT, me and Mo's league is currently just for women, so we apologize, but there are no more.
I had a league started, and I should have reached out to you. I'm so sorry. I only got 3 guys that responded back to me, and I needed 10, so I nixed the whole thing. And then I got recruited to Mel's her guys league.
Yeah. The last
after
one.
They said that you weren't trying to do it.
I just couldn't do it.
I ain't shouting him out because I told him, I said, you're an afterthought. You use me as an afterthought. So Mel couldn't do it. So he thought I would want to play. I told him I had 50 leagues. I already got 50 fantasy leagues coming in.
I actually got in it through Sarah.
So he told me. I was just messing with him. I was only giving him a hard time. And I don't know who I was only giving him crap. Because I was like, oh, really? I said, after the 7 fantasy leagues I'm already in, you want me to jump? I said, I guess I have time for one more.
See, that's the thing.
I'm literally in 7. I need no more.
And I couldn't I was like, you know what? I can't even do this right. I need to just focus on these 2. I got the girls league, the guys league.
That's good. That's smart because I'm literally in 7. I have one for work.
Heather, because this is my issue right now. Usually in August, I'm at a beach. I'm studying guides. I'm studying they have magazines for fantasy football. I'm on my Yahoo Sports. I'm on my ESPN. So I'm listening to all the fantasy shows on ESPN. I'm studying. I have done 0 this year.
Yeah, I don't ever study, and I came in second place on those NFL ones last season. I want to go to first place, but you just don't know. The season is up in the air. You can study all you want to, and with COVID and all that out there, we don't know what's going to happen. Pick who you think is going to be the best possible option for your wins. That's all you can do. I couldn't do Survivor, though.
These days, because you don't know who's there anymore. I mean, I feel like I don't want to jinx the season, but there's going to be a lot of injuries. And that's just going to be unfortunate. Either that or positive test where you can't play. What happens to those players that can't play?
Well, that's why I didn't do the Survivor. I'm not about to put $15 in on Survivor to pick which team wins, and that team might be out that week because of a COVID case. Yeah, I can't do that right now. It's just too much of an unfair gamble right now. It's not. We don't know. We just don't know. I'm not good at predicting the unknown.
It's going to make fantasy football very interesting, to say the least.
It really is. I mean, I'm excited for it. I can't believe I'm in 7 of them.
Yeah, it could be up for grabs easily to anybody. Yeah. Oh, 7. Are they all at least in one like domain, like Yahoo?
No. Like I'm losing my mind.
That's the word.
I'm losing my mind.
Shout out to Dre Day.
I don't know what's gonna happen. What's up, Dre Day?
Yes, we appreciate it.
So, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You know what we should do for maybe next year? We need to get like a fantasy football of us podcasters together. I think that'd be fun. You know, get Kate.
That would be.
Get Dre Day. Get Guru. Get everybody up on a podcast. Get the guys off the strip. Cal and Fudge should be on there too. Shout out to them. They were over.
I'm not listening to them because Fudge stood up there talking about Swish so bad, like he was gonna be doing amazing things for my Lakers. Crickets.
Oh, JR.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
He pumped him up so much trying to make me change my mind and look at him in a different way. And J.R. Smith is not who he is. And I've been telling him that.
Crush bromance on JR. Like, it's beyond.
Well, get a matching tattoo, but don't be coming at me talking about how I need to embrace Swish on my team. No.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to my cousin, Derek.
It is tough. Like like you said, experts aren't even able to really pick drafts right now because they don't even know it's again. There's no season games. We don't know what's happening. We haven't seen.
I just got a Yahoo alert today about epic fails of already busted game tickets. Like it's not really tickets, but for drafts, people have already busted their fantasy. Like they already are on a bust. Because they don't know, and the players are hurt and all that. Some of these people's picks are already busted.
Keep this in mind, people, for fantasy. Make sure that you are by your phone, that you are able to get online, because then waiver wires hit that Tuesday to Wednesday morning, and that's when you're able to get them players. So you're going to be on top of things, start putting in your request early, get in line, because I feel like it's going to be a lot of movement in your team this year. KT said, why do we got to wait? KT, if you want to set up a league and let us know, I don't know, Mo's already got 7. She could be pushing it, but, you know.
No, I'm out. I'm sorry. I can't, KT. Next year, I go around. Maybe I can't. I'm sorry. Mel, you got it. You got 2.
How are you in 7 already?
Because I started doing these automatic ones because I was just like, let me go ahead and just do it. Because I'm trying to win, but then I have some at work too. I did some with some coworkers too. And I need to. So I did that. I did a couple with the workers. And then my tailor wanted me to do, shout out Karen, because she was the one that told me about Survivor too.
The mask, right?
Yeah, to mix the mask. Mm-hmm. She does a Survivor. She does fantasy. So I was about to jump on hers, but I was like, nah, I got too many. And then I realized I had these automatic ones on Yahoo. I got yours. And then I got Pete's. And then I got another NFL fantasy draft going with some former coworkers. So it's just a lot.
It is a lot. Shout out to Carlos Howard, who's chiming in. Here's the deal. I know he was on our YouTube earlier because we know we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and we get a lot more traction through Facebook just because that's where most of us are at. And so he felt lonely in the YouTube section because there's only like a couple people there. But I think he went, and then now he's in my watch party, which is on Facebook. However, it's still not the complete chat. So if you want to get the complete chat, go to Girlchatsports Facebook page, and that's where the actual show is at. You can join the big discussion, which is the ones that we read off of. Otherwise, I have to look through my phone to look through the watch party comments. But anyways, that was a big side note.
Okay, T, I need your Xbox Live pass. I need your Xbox Live too, because I got
You said your password. We got to
No, I don't need your password. I need your I was gonna say that, but I need your Darnell said not a good idea. I know it's not a good idea, but that's what we do. We just go out and take risks. I'm not putting any money on this. This is no money. This is just all
if she
fun.
Dies, she
and
dies,
who's to say, right? Yeah, like for real. Like if I lose, I lose. But I'm coming out winning on one of them. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Somebody's got to come out. I got to come out number one on one of these things, or at least three of them. I'll say 4 to the 3.
At least 3.
At least 3. I got to come out.
He finally found his way.
Hey, Carlos. Yeah. But KT, I need your Xbox Live online thing so I can add you.
Because that's what Mo does all throughout the rest of her evenings is those Xbox games.
I sure do.
I know.
I sure do. I be on the sticks, as my friend calls it.
Very difficult, I know, because then you forget while you're watching the news which teams have who and who you got to swap out with. Here's the other issue I have now.
Well, go ahead.
No, fantasy football, you only get like 1 IR spot or maybe 2. So what happens in your league if like one of your a few of your big players I'll take a tumble?
That's going to be the case. That'll be what it is. Then some of my fantasies, just to be fair, I drafted I overdrafted like on different positions and forgot to put a defensive team on. So I'm like, I'll start another one. Like I had that going. So some of these I probably won't pay attention to because there's, you got PS4? Oh, no, never mind. Never mind.
You're speaking the wrong language to her.
Never mind.
I think that was Surge or something that had.
Well, I have him. I have Surge. I already have Surge on there, but I could have sworn KT wanted my thing. And Surge ain't never online, so it's fine. But
we kind of already addressed these questions, I think. But no, I would prefer at least 2 games of preseason because it gives you the chance to be able to watch these players and effectively, make. Here's the deal. One thing during Hard Knocks, they were like, with no preseason games, we aren't able to see these guys play. They don't have the chance to get their shot. They don't have their chance to be seen. And so there's a lot of great players on this field right now that will never get their shot because there's no season, there's no preseason to be able to, to show their skill. Right. So that's kind of unfortunate. Right. And then again, we don't really have, there's no, hopefully XFL comes around because maybe they can go there or something or do something else, but there's not a whole lot of other options. No Canadian Football League this year, so they can't go there. It's tough.
I don't know.
It's tough.
It is tough.
He said he'll get his son's Xbox.
Well, whatever you got to do, you do it, homeboy. Check this out. I got Gears of War 4 and 5. I hope you have those because I'm getting better at it, despite what my friends are telling me when we play live together. I do kill these monsters. I do chainsaw some of these zombies. I do shoot them. I really do. But I don't ever get the credit for it. So I'm working on getting better at that game. But the 2K game we can play, or Madden, or whatever else you got.
Right. Are we drafting any rookies? Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I didn't draft any rookies on any of mine just yet.
I'll be drafting a couple. I'm not sure who yet. I haven't done my research. But here's the deal. Some of these guys we haven't even seen. I feel like those are always the sleepers. Your sleepers are these guys that no one's been seeing play, that maybe you hear information from the guys that are, or the media that's at training camps. You're hearing little tidbits of how they're doing great in training camp. I'm going to try and get one of these guys on my bench because if they blow up, I'm good. It's perfect. You can always take a chance. After the first couple weeks, nothing works out, you can swap them out. I mean,
yeah, you can try to trade with somebody for them.
Yeah. I'm never good at trades. I don't know. I've just never been a trader.
Somebody wanted to trade me. I had got an alert on my Yahoo and I ignored it. I said, I'm not trading none of my people. I got a good squad as best as I can get. I got Pat Mahomes as one of my quarterbacks. I got Tom Brady as one of my quarterbacks. I got a few decent quarterbacks out there that might do something. I picked up Lamar Jackson just to see what his season's going to look like. People that I didn't have last season, I did a different whole strategy. I got Cam Newton on one of my fantasies as a quarterback. I mean, I'm trying to try everything of these new position players and see what they do because I'm just curious more so than anything.
I'm not taking any rookie quarterbacks, but I'll definitely take a couple rookie running backs or wide receivers.
You can't go wrong with that because I had Josh Jacobs last season as a rookie and he did phenomenal. And I tried to get him again this season. I mean, go after Henry Ruggs. I mean, he's looking nice out of training camp. Go after him for your wide receiver rookie. I didn't take that chance because I thought we were going to have Terrell Williams and some other, and you got Hunter Renfrow and all these other people. But go for it if that's how you feel it. Kyler Murray was a big mistake, but I think Kyler Murray, since he put on the pounds, he will be something. And I picked him too. And then I looked at CeeDee Lamb. I looked at CeeDee Lamb too. I looked at CeeDee Lamb and I skipped him because I wasn't sure because it's a Cowboys organization. You just never know. Yeah. All I got to say is Amari Cooper, and I'll leave it at that. Cam Akers, Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's another rookie wide receiver with the Raiders. Yeah, you could probably try him as well. I mean, I don't know. Go for it if that's what you got left. But if you got good stars that you know can perform, I wouldn't waste my time looking for a rookie. I would definitely be picking them up for
points. It's going to come down to, if you're in a 10-person league, you may not need too many rookies. But if you're in a 12 or 14-person league, you're getting stretched real thin there.
Well, you ain't going to have no choice at that point. All the good pickings is gone. You ain't going to have a choice with 14 or 15 people. Are you serious? Like at least 10, you still got a chance.
And don't 14, be on the back end.
You're going to get a rookie.
Don't be at 1,
Oh, you're going to get scraps.
14. That is the worst. I can't.
It is.
Do all that.
It is. It is.
Oh, Lordy Lord. Let's move on a little bit to some Vegas stuff, like our WNBA, right? Mm-hmm. Our ladies lost last night, our Las Vegas Aces, to the Mercury. You know, Diana Taurasi came with it, so that's really all.
Well, they got a squad over there.
They do, and I was surprised they haven't done so. I mean, they haven't been top notch as much as you think they would be for their squad, but they came out last night. Jackie Young, though, had 20 points.
I know, I saw that. That's good for her. That's really good for her. It's about time, is all I can say to that. It's about time.
It is. Yeah. Well, like I said before, I think also not having Kelsey there gave her the opportunity to kind of like find her own ground and really start. Especially when Angel McCoughtry's been like dominating herself. And so that for that to leave an open window, and Kayla, unfortunately, is getting neutered in this whole thing. She's kind of getting lost in the shuffle. You got a lot of key shooters, and you got to keep the rotation consistent. You got to change those units out so they can shoot. She could just be pulling up, and I wish more. And
because she's not consistently in a rotation. They've changed it up, and sometimes change does not adjust well with some of these players. But hopefully she has to find. Yeah. Well, guess what? You're going to keep being sick. You better get your Pepto-Bismol all out because we're going to keep beating them.
Right. Don't let these old nights come at you later, too.
Right. Your stomach going to be hurting and turning knots as we go into this playoff situation. It's unfortunate that her game has been kind of like neutralized a little bit. Mm-hmm. But she got to find some kind of rhythm. And Bill's just got to play her. Like the coach got to put her in.
I feel like things kind of faded back the last couple, so hopefully they get it back. I mean, playoffs are less than 2 weeks away. We've already clinched a spot. Right now we're number 2, tied with, I think, the Sparks behind the Storm. Sue Bird came back tonight. I haven't seen the score with what's going on with the Storm, but she came back tonight after being gone for 4 games. You guys, if you haven't watched the WNBA, man, get on it. These ladies are doing great in the bubble. And
it's great to watch. It really
I was
is.
really entertained by Kelsey's intro. She did like the starting not lineup. What am I trying to say? Starting lineup for the. She did
the intro for the game, just giving an open message to the team and saying some great stuff.
And they haven't seen her because she's outside the bubble, and she also got a new job. I think she's with the Razorbacks. I think she's doing. I think she was going back to school as well as coaching there.
Yeah, to get her master's. Yeah. Good for her. I told you I saw her in the store, and I was like, Kelsey. At first, I knew it was her, and it's so hard when you can recognize people. Like she's sitting down, she's next to me. I'm at the register. She's sitting down in our little lounge area, and I look over and I'm like, I walk over. I'm like, Kelsey. She's like, yeah. Like I knew it was you.
Aww.
What's up, girl? Healing nicely, though. Healing nicely. She is, limping a little bit. Got her boot on. She was. Out and about though, but she looked good. She looked very physically in shape. Her body's amazing, and very good spirits, very high spirits, and just kind of like excited for next year and excited for the girls. What's that?
I said the Huskies.
Yeah, that's your Husky alum. Yeah, for sure.
Darnell, so playoffs are about a little less than 2 weeks out. So that's what we're going through right now. But I think there's like 5 teams that have clinched playoffs. So we're just waiting for that, trying to get a good seed. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
That'll be interesting.
It's going to be really good. It's like these playoffs right now that's going on with NBA. Oh, that's good.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the Sky, Vandersloot, she had set the record, WNBA record for having 18 assists in the game.
Oh, good job. Well, she's a problem already. We faced her. You saw how we did with them. It was not a good look.
They have our number.
They are not playing any games. Chicago is money right now.
Yeah,
real money. Mystics, I'm very shocked that the Mystics are kind of like doing all okay, but not doing stellar. I mean, they're missing some key
They
people too,
started
but I
off
just thought for
great,
sure
but then I
they
think just
did, and then they just went,
yeah.
yeah, just
I
did
mean,
not roll.
because like they're missing a good chunk of their team, and that's just
Yeah,
how it goes.
it is.
So our Golden Knights, I didn't realize we played last night.
Yeah, I was telling you on the phone they lost sadly, but tomorrow is a must win. We ain't playing no games. This is game 6. If there's a game 7, it happens the very next day. It doesn't give you a 2-day rest or a day rest. You play game 7 the following day. So let's Golden Knights. Let's lock this
Let's
down
take it
tomorrow
out. Take
night.
it out. Take it
We're
out. Take it
3-2
out.
in this series. We don't need it to be 3-3. We need to 4-2 and just end it and we roll. Like lock it down.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't even get to see the game to see what actually occurred. If any Knights fans are on the chat right now, just kind of tip us in and let us know. But yeah, Panda's out there trying to do his thing, but it's just not enough. We need to win this. We need to. And we
Carlos
can
said
go
that
all the
they're
way.
losing now. I guess, is that Seattle losing right now? If so, that's a great, because that way
Okay.
we can bump back up. But yeah. We'll see
Bucks down. We know Raptors down. See, Darnell, you chime in late to the show. You got to get here on time. You can't be running on this VP time. We talked about this. So I have a theory about it. And if you want to know what my theory is of why they're down, you'll have to tune in and watch the replay of the beginning of the show. Because we talked about the theory. We talked about the theory of why they're down.
Oh, Seattle's up 38.
Oh, 38. Oh, Washington. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. I hear you, Alex.
Yeah.
We're
going to man.
6 and then be done. We don't want to have no game 7.
No, we don't want no game 7. Game 7 is a stressful. In any series, game 7 is bad.
Right. And then don't we
never
play
good.
the Avalanche if we both win? I think we do, don't we?
I think we do. I think that's our next. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That should be interesting. Shout out to Naomi Osaka too, because
Girl power
all these players. Yes. Talk about it. Had her Breonna Taylor mask on, representing.
And won today. Won her match today.
Yes, and she has several different masks. She says so. She'll be wearing so many different ones.
She wore Elijah. She wore Elijah today.
The McLean's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's what you got to do. Represent and say their names, and let's not forget the message. And
she'll get to wear all 7 of those suckers.
Oh, so that would be dope if she does. Yeah.
Platform. And I think due to her saying she wasn't going to take part in that first last week on Wednesday in the tennis match, basically the Western and the Southern U.S. Open decided to shut down for that day. Which there we go.
Well, they're trying to get ahead of it. They're trying to make it like say, you know what? Well, we'll just all follow suit and do the right thing. So, yeah, big ups to her. Yeah, you got to do it. You got to. I mean, that's what it is. Shout out to the Knights too, because the Knights, as shocking as I wasn't shocked, but I was very proud of them. For them going a game, and the NHL as a whole collective, because it wasn't. It was Shane. Was it Shane Theodore? No, not Shane Theodore. Who was it? From the San Jose Sharks that had called out NHL in the beginning. Evander Kane. Had shouted them out saying, "Hey, I'm a black player, and why are all these other players were sitting out? But I matter too, and we need to sit out as well." And that just started the effect of it. And VGK followed suit, and the Aces followed suit. So big up to our Vegas teams for doing that. USL, the Lights are representing with their
the Black Lives
shirts that they wear, and the United Against Racism T-shirts.
Keep our Lights. Let's go, Lights.
Yeah, we want our Lights to win, man. Viva Lights! And hopefully next week, you guys will have Jordan Morrell for the Las Vegas Lights as our guest, or another special guest. We're gonna hopefully see who we have, but tune in and watch us.
And if
we'll
not,
hopefully be talking about Lights win.
So deal with it.
Right. And then they have a game Saturday too. They have a game Saturday as well. Another home game. So
another home game.
I hope they can bring W's for both of these and get points. I really do. I want our Lights to succeed. I'm wishing Tommy Olsen the best if he starts tonight. What's that?
I need to check on the schedule because I'm wondering like how long the season goes before there is a playoff for them. I haven't really looked into that.
You know, their seasons are long. Light season went
a little bit before, but I'm guessing their season's going to be shortened because of the long break. I mean, they're not going to be going into January because the season starts again in March or February. So
Didn't it end like last time in December or something like that? Or when did it end? Like they didn't have a long break in between.
It was like November, and then they had December, January off. February they were back at training.
Yeah. It's like So maybe they will. I have to look at their full schedule and see. But hopefully, if Tommy Olsen's starting tonight, then he has a great game. Gets a bunch of saves. We want to see that. And Viva Lights. Let's hope they bring it.
So
how is it out there when you're out there?
Oh, it's weird. We'll get to your question in a second, Darnell, but it is weird because we are electric company, La Fuerza. I'm so used to having those groups there chanting, yelling, flags flying. It's empty and they don't have a noisemaker there. Like there's no crowd noise. I think if maybe they were to look into doing some kind of crowd noise, it might be helpful, but there's no noise. You hear everything.
Now, did you get to see the llamas?
The llamas aren't there. Llamas are quarantining too.
What?
That's why I sent the picture because they still have the inflatable pools out there in the lawn.
The pool on the pitch.
But they've got the llamas, the inflatable llamas in the pool. It's not the same.
But I like it's cute, but it's not the same.
But it's definitely different.
There's
they still do the confetti and the machine.
Oh, okay.
And Cash takes the flags around sometimes and kind of maneuver. Cash is there, but there's no noise, there's no chanting, there's no yelling, there's no.
Yeah,
that's a bummer.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, into Darnell's question. So, what should happen if Houston loses to OKC?
Oh, I'll be happy as a pig, and you know what? I mean, come on, I can't stand the Rockets. I don't care. I would be happy if that happens because to me, the 50 points doesn't mean anything to me on James Harden if he can't get past a round one of a playoff game or even get a championship ring at that point. For that matter, like I would be fine with that. I would be very astonished and surprised if Bouncy, aka Chris Paul, makes it past this. I predict Houston to win tonight, but you just never know with this bubble. This bubble has been very unpredictable because we could talk about that Denver-Utah game all day yesterday, and you thought Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley and team would close it out, and Jamal Murray said otherwise. No.
Somebody chime in with the score currently, too, so we can all get abreast of the score. That would be nice.
Yeah, because I kind of want to see. So you never know. There's been a lot of upsets in this bubble. It really has. But
I don't think they're going to be doing too much to the Houston squad, though, if they do lose. I mean, it's like there's not a whole lot of moves you can make unless you're going to be like, maybe getting rid of TJ Tucker and throwing in like a big guy. Or
TJ Tucker's not going nowhere.
While James Harden's not going nowhere.
D'Antoni might be going somewhere.
Yeah.
But TJ Tucker ain't going nowhere.
Oh, it's tied 80-80.
It's been tied ever since this game started, man. This is going to be, I'm telling you, this is the game. This game is a must win for both. It's going to be, man, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a good dogfight. And if Bouncy and them come off on top, I'm with it. Anything.
I mean, here's the deal. I'm not extremely thrilled over it. I would prefer OKC winning, but still, as the team that got, my Sonics taken from, I'm still hurt on that. And I don't want to see the OKC succeed. But if they want to win this round, fine, then lose. Great. That's wonderful. Harden only has 13.
Well, that's what's going to happen. Either way, their teams are not going to make it far,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Harden has 13. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Typical Harden, and he pushes off and he draws contact fouls. What else is new?
What's new?
And then Russell Westbrook, I mean, honestly, Russell Westbrook was the one that cost him that last game, honestly. I mean, he was very facetious and and you had time on the clock. I don't care if it's like 5.6. You can get that ball down. You don't have to hustle that fast and get an outlandish shot that you ain't going to make. That was you can't force your shots. You can't do that. No, so, yeah.
And KT, yes. PJ, he's got way too many shoes. I need those shoe problems that Tucker's got. I need those.
Oh yeah, didn't he bring like 80 pairs of shoes to the bubble or some crazy stuff?
Yeah. I mean, here's the deal. You can overpack. Overpack is always my go-to. But yeah, that's a lot of sneakers for a bubble. Because what are you doing? Are you flossing for the guys in the bubble? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a major fashion show down there. I'm sure these guys are coming to break. They have no one to floss for. I'm sure they are stepping out in custom drip every day, trying to show one another. There may even be a competition with that.
Did you see Travis Kelce's outfit for the Super Bowl ring ceremony?
I did, and I didn't like it.
I
It
just
didn't do anything. There was
I
no
was
color
just
to it. It was muted.
drip. I was just like,
It didn't see no drip. It looked like a drag. I didn't see nothing. It didn't pop no kind of. Your skin is white, bro. Why are you wearing something that mutes you and adds nothing to pop anything?
he
I mean, it
wanted
just looked
something to go with his
all
shoes.
one.
He wanted something to go with his shoes.
I need people to cut it out. Yeah, can we talk about outfits too? Because everybody, let's see, 91 and ordered
40 while he was in there. I need
it was
PJ
91
Tucker.
and then he ordered 40.
I need to have his kind of luck on the Nike app, on the swoosh app, because I be trying to get mine, and then I get the oops sold out. So clearly,
well, I raffle for those ones that are coming out on the 4th. Fingers crossed. I've got to get those ones because I don't have any multicolored ones.
Are those the ones that
are coming
on them? The brown ones?
The brown, the green, the blue, the red, the everything. I need a multicolored pair of ones. So, yeah. Oh, they're down by the end of the 3rd. Oh, yeah. And see, that's another thing too. That Utah Jazz game and Denver game was a low scoring game. I mean, they didn't even break 100. That was 80 points, and yeah, that was kind of wild. Man, that was a dog fight. That was a good dog fight that I missed part of.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's going to be my last year.
So now that I mean, is Donovan going to go, or is he? I'm curious to know what's going to happen with the Jazz. They're gonna make some moves.
I don't think they're going to dismantle. They need to add pieces. It's like the Bucks. I think Giannis will leave if the Bucks don't make it. I think Giannis will go.
Man, could you imagine Giannis out there with Golden or whomever? I mean,
man, I could see him. I could see him in Golden State. To be honest with you, I could see him as a big in Golden State. And I'm telling you, all these teams that didn't make it to the bubble, especially like a Golden State. I'm not saying the Knicks per se, because the Knicks were just trash anyway. But for Golden State to not make it, and they have a whole season to rest, rejuvenate, recuperate, rehab, all that, they're going to be a force next season. I'm not counting Golden State out.
I don't think so either. All these guys are going to be healthy.
Yeah. Man, they got lucky. That was the luckiest thing for them, that they didn't have to play in the bubble. And I know they're lucky they didn't have to play in no bubble.
Yeah, man.
With everything going on and pushing themselves.
Oh, goodness gracious. Do we got anything else? Rest in peace to John Thompson, unfortunately passing.
Oh, yes.
And I remember watching so many old Hoya games with him. And
I saw him play when he played UNLV out here. Really? I went to those games. When it was Larry Johnson and those, they played Georgetown in a tournament. And we went as a kid to see John Thompson. And that was thank you, Dad. Thank you for that precious gift. That was amazing.
I mean, coaching like Dikembe and
Alonzo Mourning and AI. I mean, he gave AI a chance when no other team would. No other school would give AI a chance.
Yeah,
he did, off the chagrin of his mom, of AI's mom, getting in John Thompson's face and pushing that. And shout out to Georgetown, because Georgetown is decent over there. I've been to DuPont Circle. I've been over there by Georgetown.
Oh yeah, I love Georgetown.
Campus. It's great.
Beautiful.
It is.
Also,
it's really nice.
Chadwick
National
Boseman,
treasure.
The untimely.
Guys,
fellas, if you're in the chat right now, make sure you're getting your medical exams, okay? Because unfortunately, this is a killer for you guys out there. Prostate cancer.
And women. You need to get your colon. I myself personally need to make an appointment for that.
Women have been doing it. I feel like we might stay more on top of our health versus some men, because men hate doctors. They don't want to deal with this, getting poked and pronged in certain areas. But guys, get out there, and it's just
I mean, for him to have stage 3 like 4 years ago, that means you weren't going to get checked up private previous to that, if that was the case. I can't say.
Well, no, he's had it for 4 years and been getting treated. But think of this. He made all those movies these last 4 years while he was dealing with cancer, and he knew that.
Oh, no, I think that's amazing. But I'm saying, when he initially got diagnosed, it was stage 3. It wasn't stage 1.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like stage 3.
Yeah.
It was stage 3. So that what I'm saying is, previous to that, if you're not going and you now say, oh, we have cancer, but we're at stage 3, that means
that would be like
mid-30s.
So guys, like, really, especially if it runs in your family, you are more apt to be getting it as well. Oh yeah, Cliff Robinson too. Thanks, Darnell.
Yeah, Cliff Robinson. Then we lost a fellow Mets today.
Going to those games because I was either in Seattle, and we went to a lot of Trailblazer games back when I was a kid.
Cliff Robinson was the man. Yeah. Man. And then we lost the Mets. One of the Mets players passed away today too. He was 70. I want to say. Yeah, 75. Yeah, so it's
2020
coming.
is
2020 is a
a
monster, man. It's just you
Yeah.
don't want to play around with any of your health or anything like that. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Please.
Doing the best
We'd
you can to take care of yourself.
But anyways, we're coming to a wrap. We've already been over an hour. See how fast it goes, just you and I?
It sure does. We have so much to talk about and gab about. And my Snapple's almost done. So I knew that was going to be
yeah, my lemonade's already gone too. So
okay, yeah. See,
time is up. It's time up.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Again, if you want hats, send us an email, give us a DM.
Girlchatsports, all one word, at gmail.com. That's it.
Make sure you share the stream. You can always rewatch it after we're done. Share it with folks. Start a watch party after the fact. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Get invited. Come to the group. There's a Girl Chat Sports group as well on Facebook. So send us a request and we'll get you in there. And then follow us, of course, on Instagram and Twitter and all the other good things. So
and really sports related stuff on the group. No dogs, no other kind of crazy stuff that's not sports related. We love sports related stuff. That's why we're all on the sports thing.
That's why it's called Girl Chat Sports, not
right. Exactly.
But thank you. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. We appreciate you for tuning in. Please take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Get examined, please. And we'll be back here.
Labor Day weekend, you guys. Be safe out there.
Keep social distance, please, and put on a mask, even if it's your cousin's barbecue, because we don't know where your cousin's been. So.
And a shield is not a mask. It's a shield.
Yeah.
I have to say that because I see people wearing shields with no mask. You got to wear the mask and the shield, both. It's not one or the other.
Preach. Anyways, we're out here. We'll catch you next Wednesday, same time.
All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Peace. This is for Wakanda. Out. Peace out. Love. All that good stuff. You guys take care of yourselves.
All right.
See you next week.